This sounds impossible, but Section 8 investing literally made me a millionaire starting with nothing. And I built a $1.9 million portfolio generating $30K a month before I even turned 22. Now you've probably heard other real estate gurus claim that you can get rich with no money down or flip houses for massive profits. But here's what they don't tell you. Most of these strategies are complete garbage that will leave beginners broke and stressed out. The real secret comes to a boring but bulletproof strategy that generates guaranteed rental income every single month. And I'm about to show you the exact step-by-step process I used to go from $0 to millionaire status using nothing but Section 8 properties. Just like Daniel, who closed on his first property in Detroit last month for $84,000 and it will rent for $1,400 a month. Or my client in Cleveland who bought a duplex that now nets $600 every single month after all expenses. Because I'm a licensed realtor who actually practices what I preach. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the complete blueprint that took me from broke to millionaire so that you can copy it and build your own passive income empire. But before I show you exactly how this works, I need to be completely transparent with you. Just because I got these results does not mean that you will. However, what I can guarantee is that you are going to learn the exact same strategy that regular people with no real estate experience are using to build multi-million-dollar rental portfolios. And the best part is that you can start with as little as $25,000, even if you have zero landlord experience and live nowhere near the properties that you're buying. The first thing you need to understand is that Section 8 is different from every other real estate strategy out there. While traditional landlords are dealing with tenants who skip out on the rent, destroy properties, and leave them with 3 months of vacancy, Section 8 investors get guaranteed payments directly from the government every single month. Here's how it works. The government pays 70 to 100% of the rent directly to your bank account, and the tenant pays the remaining 0 to 30%. And here's the kicker. The Section 8 tenants typically stay 5 to 6 years on average because finding quality Section 8 housing is extremely difficult for them. Compare that to regular tenants who just move out every 12 to 18 months. But the real magic happens when you understand the 3 core components that make the system work, and most investors miss the first one because it just seems too simple. Component number 1 is the market selection formula. This is how to identify these exact cities and neighborhoods where you can buy cash flowing Section 8 rentals for under $100,000 that rent for $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, even $1,500 a month. I only invest in what I call C-tier areas, such as Cleveland, Detroit, Birmingham, Montgomery, etc. These are cities that you might not want to live in, but they have jobs, they have a population, and most importantly, they have homes that are cheap enough to follow the 1.3% rule. For example, the Detroit property that I mentioned, $84,000 purchase price and $1,400 monthly rent. That is a 1.67% rent to price ratio, which means serious cash flow from day one. But finding the right market is useless if you can't actually buy and manage these properties remotely, which brings me to the second component that changed everything for me. Component number 2 is the actual remote investment system. This includes my step-by-step process for buying, rehabbing, and managing properties in different states without ever showing up in person. I use a network of vetted realtors, contractors, and property managers in each market. My realtor finds the deals, my contractors handle the rehab to pass Section 8 inspections, and I manage everything remotely using property management software like Tenant Cloud. The key is to build relationships with people who understand Section 8 requirements. So not every contractor knows that you need GFCI outlets within 6 feet of a water source, or that all windows must open, close, and lock properly to pass inspection. Now, if you want to skip years of trial and error and get access to my entire network of vetted realtors, contractors, and property managers who already understand Section 8 inside and out completely, I've created a complete mentorship program where I personally walk you through the entire process step by step. You'll get my exact market analysis system, all of my vetted network contacts, and direct access to me for one-on-one coaching calls. Click the first link in the description to book a free strategy call with my team to see if you're a good fit for the program. But while you're investing solo, even with the perfect market and the perfect team, most new investors still fail because they don't understand the third component, the Section 8 advantage itself. And there's one specific part of this that literally guarantees your success if you do it right. Component number 3 is leveraging government housing vouchers to get guaranteed rent that are usually 20% higher than market rate tenants. And on top of that, you're getting tenants who have strong incentives to take care of your property. Here's what most people don't understand. Section 8 tenants know that if they get kicked out for damaging your property, they will lose their voucher and there are no second chances. They go back to these 2 or 3 year waiting lists, and in some areas, the waiting lists are just completely closed. This creates what I like to call the golden ticket effect. These tenants treat their housing vouchers like winning the lottery because that's essentially what it is. It's a free rent ticket for life as long as they follow the rules. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the part that took me from my first property to building $1 million portfolio in just 18 months. The real wealth happens with what I like to call the Section 8 snowball effect. Every property generates you 15 to 20% returns, which means your money doubles every 4 to 5 years just from cash flow alone. So here's the strategy. Instead of spending that cash flow, I reinvest it. Simple enough. Property 1 generates $400 a month net. After 8 months combined with savings and a W-2 job, I have enough for property 2. Now I'm making $800 monthly from 2 properties. By month 16, I can buy property number 3. By 22, I can buy property number 4. And the timeline keeps accelerating over and over and over again because funding the next one just gets faster and faster. And if you're comfortable with a bit more work and a bit more risk, then you can even start doing BRRRRs, which is when you buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. You can buy distressed homes that are below market price that need cosmetic rehab, put in between 10 to 30,000 in rehab, and pull out 80% of the new appraisal value, which is more work and more risk, but you can recycle your cash way easier. This is exactly how my student Giorgio went from one 60,000 property in Detroit to owning over 10 properties in Detroit, worth over $1 million total in just 6 months. But there's one massive mistake that kills Section 8 investors before they even get started, and has nothing to do with finding deals or managing properties. The biggest mistake is not properly preparing for Section 8 inspections. If you can't pass the HQS inspection, you don't get paid. Period. I've seen investors buy beautiful turnkey properties that fail inspections because of very simple things. For example, missing smoke detectors in bathrooms, non-GFCI outlets near the kitchen sink, or peeling paint on windowsills. The solution to this is to do your own pre-inspection using the official HUD inspection checklist before the housing authority ever shows up. I budget between $5,000 to $8,000 for initial renovations on most properties, and yes, we do ask the seller to pay for some of it, but I make sure every single dollar goes towards passing the inspection, not luxury finishes of any kind. For example, I remove ceiling fans because if they break while the lease is valid, then guess what? I'm legally required to fix them. Same with something like a garbage disposal, a dishwasher, screen doors. Instead, I install simple light fixtures and put that money towards high quality fridge, high quality stove, something that will last through multiple tenants. Now you might be thinking, this sounds great, but you don't have enough money to get started. Here's the truth about financing Section 8 properties that most gurus will not tell you. You can actually get started with way less money than you think. I primarily use DSCR loans with 20% down, which means $15,000 to $20,000 to get started, and then another $6,000 to $7,000 in closing costs. And this is on a property worth about $75,000 to $100,000. By the way, DSCR stands for Debt Service Coverage Ratio loans. These are specifically designed for investors. There's no income verification, there's no limit on the number of properties that you can finance, and you can close under an LLC for asset protection. The qualification instead is based on the property's ability to generate income and not your personal income at all. So as long as the rent covers 1.25 times the mortgage payment, you are approved. But even if you don't have 20K saved up, there are still creative strategies out there that I use with my mentorship students to get started with way less money. If you're going to live in the property for 1 year, you can use an FHA loan and put down as little as 3.5%, meaning on a $75,000 property, that's only $2,000 to $3,000 plus closing costs. You can also partner with other investors. You can use home equity lines of credit. If you own a primary residence, you can start with a multifamily home where you live in one unit and rent out the rest. The key is just starting. Start with one property, learn the process, and then try scaling from there. Don't try to buy 10 properties all at once. Master the system with one and then rinse and repeat. But here's what separates the investors who build real wealth from those who stay stuck in just 1 or 2 properties. The difference is having a proven system and mentorship to avoid the costly mistakes. Because these costly mistakes can destroy your returns. I've seen investors lose $10,000 on a single roofing issue that they didn't catch during inspection, or pick the wrong tenant and deal with months of eviction proceedings. That's exactly why I created my Section 8 mentorship program. It's not just a course that you watch and forget about. It is a complete mentorship where I personally guide you through your first deal and beyond. Inside, you'll get my complete market analysis system, my contractor network across multiple states, templates for all contracts and leases, direct access to me and my calendar for one-on-one coaching calls, and my property management system for remote investing. investing. My students typically see their first property cash flowing within 3 months, and many scale to multiple properties within the 6 months of starting the program. Now that you know my exact system that I use to build a $1.9 million Section 8 portfolio by 21, you have two choices. You can either try to figure this out on your own, make costly mistakes, potentially lose thousands of dollars on your first deal, or you can let me personally guide you. I'll guide you through the entire process, hold your hand, and help you avoid the pitfalls that destroy most new investors. If you're serious about building real wealth through Section 8 real estate, click the first link in the description below. Book a free strategy call with my team. We'll analyze your situation, show you the best market for your goals, and determine if you're ready for my mentorship, where I will guarantee you'll acquire a profitable Section 8 property within 6 months, or I will keep working for free until you do. As always, I'm Joseph Khateri. Have a nice day.